What if the universe has been texting you this whole time and you've been leaving it on read? You think of someone and they instantly call. You take an odd turn and avoid a problem you never saw coming. The right door opens the moment you're ready to walk through it. We're trained to call these coincidences. We shrug, we move on. But what if these aren't accidents at all? What if they're messages precise, personal, and timed to the second? Here's the shift. Reality isn't a cold machine, it's a conversation. You broadcast, it replies. The name for these meaningful echoes is synchronicity, a pattern of impossible alignments that carry a message just for you. Learn this language, and you don't just feel luckier. You become harder to manipulate, clearer in your decisions, and shockingly aligned with the right people and timing. If that sounds bold, test it with me. As you listen, notice the first name that pops into your mind. No forcing, just notice. Before the day ends, see what happens. Then tell me in the comments what showed up. That one simple act of attention will change how you read reality. You've been told life is random because randomness makes you small. It keeps you consuming, obeying, second-guessing, and outsourcing your choices to louder voices. But randomness is a story that benefits systems, not you. Once you recognize synchronicity, you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to show me?" That single question flips you from passive to powerful. Let's keep this simple. Think of reality like a mirror. Your inner state, your mood, beliefs, and focus is the signal. The events, people, and opportunities you meet are the reflection. Change the signal, change the reflection. You don't need esoteric jargon to feel the truth of this. You've already lived it. The day you felt grounded and open, the right person appeared. The week you spiraled, things seemed to misfire in clusters. Patterns aren't random, they're feedback. Here's how this video will serve you. You'll learn how to tell a real sign from wishful thinking. You'll learn a fast, practical way to spot and amplify synchronicities. You'll get a 24-hour experiment to prove this to yourself. No blind belief required. And you'll see why noticing these patterns is more than curiosity, it's freedom. Quick litmus test. Think of 3 moments from your past year that felt too perfect. The meeting, the move, the message. Now ask, what was I feeling or believing right before each one? Look for the common thread. That thread is your signature frequency, the state that unlocks doors for you. Comment the word "found" if a pattern just clicked. Your story will help someone else spot theirs. I'm not asking you to reject science or throw out logic. Keep your common sense, keep your skepticism. Just add one new rule to your mental model: meaning matters. Not only what caused this, but what is this saying to me? Synchronicity lives in that second question. And when you learn to listen, your life starts feeling less like chaos and more like choreography. Notice what happens when you shift from "that's weird" to "that's guidance." Your awareness sharpens. You see repeating numbers at crossroads. A song answers a question you never asked out loud. A stranger mentions the exact book you need. The more you pay attention, the more precise it gets. Attention is the antenna. Meaning is the signal. And your next step? It's usually hiding in plain sight. Why would anyone want this hidden? Because people who navigate by fear are easy to steer. People who navigate by synchronicity are not. When you trust your inner compass and confirm it with outer signs, you stop chasing approval and start following alignment. That terrifies systems that run on doubt. But your life isn't a system. It's a story. And you're allowed to be the author. So here's your first practice, and it takes 10 seconds. Set an intention. Show me what I need to see today. Simple, clear, not desperate. Then watch for the first unusual alignment you notice in the next hour. A repeated phrase, a name, a symbol, an oddly timed ping. Don't overthink it. Just note it. If you want accountability, drop "show me" in the comments so I know you're in. Tonight, come back and log what happened. The pattern becomes visible when you start keeping score. A warning and a promise. This path won't make you in control of everything. It makes you in conversation with everything. There's a difference. Control squeezes. Conversation listens. Control demands. Conversation responds. Control tires out fast. Conversation teaches you to move with the current that's already carrying you where you secretly want to go. If you've tried to force outcomes and burned out, This will feel like oxygen. Real alignment doesn't need relentless pushing. It needs clear intention, steady emotion, and the courage to follow the next right nudge, even when it looks illogical. The irony? The illogical nudge often saves you months of logical struggle. Stay with me. In the next sections, we'll decode the 4 most common kinds of synchronicity you're missing, the exact difference between a sign and a projection, and the daily habits that make these moments go from rare to reliable. By the end, you'll have a simple framework to navigate decisions, relationships, and timing with far less doubt and far better outcomes. One last invitation before we dive deeper. If you've ever felt like life is winking at you, like reality is trying to get your attention, you're not crazy. You're early. And once you learn to read the wink, you'll never unsee it. Ready? Take a breath. Set your intention. Let the next sign find you. Let's make this simple. What exactly is a synchronicity? It's a meaningful alignment that lands with perfect timing, too precise to shrug off, too personal to be random. You think of a friend they call. You pivot last minute and it saves you. You need a door and a door appears. The pattern isn't luck, it's language. Reality has a user interface, and synchronicity is the button you've been pressing without knowing it. Carl Jung gave this a name: meaningful coincidence. He noticed these events don't follow normal cause and effect, yet they carry laser-accurate relevance to the person who experiences them. He suspected the line between mind and matter isn't a wall, it's a curtain. Pull it back and you see the stagehands. Here's the part most people miss. Synchronicity isn't rare, attention is. From childhood, you were trained to filter out the subtle and worship the measurable. If it can't be weighed, graphed, or explained in a paragraph, it gets stamped coincidence and tossed. That habit keeps you predictable. It also keeps you blind to the very signals designed to help you. Swap the frame and everything rearranges. Think of life in 2 tools, the mirror and the map. The mirror. Your inner state is reflected outward. Fear tends to cluster mishaps. Clarity tends to cluster clean openings. Not because you deserve one or the other, because resonance attracts its match. The map. Synchronicities are signposts. They don't hand you a 50-step plan. They highlight the next true step, then the next, then the next. Follow the markers and the path emerges under your feet. Okay, but how do I know it's a real sign and not wishful thinking? Use this quick filter. When in doubt, run your moment through these 5 checks. Timing. Did it arrive in a tight window where it actually mattered? Relevance. Was it uniquely personal? Almost eerily tailored to your situation? Repeat factor. Has this symbol, number, name, or theme clustered recently? Felt. Did you feel a quiet click, a full body yes? That's calm, not hyped. Trajectory. Did it nudge you into a better action or reveal a clearer option? If 3 or more light up, treat it as guidance. You don't have to believe it, just act on the smallest aligned step and see what unfolds. Guidance proves itself in motion. Let's calibrate your antenna with a 60-second micro practice you can do today. I call it name, nudge, next. Name. When an odd alignment shows up, say out loud what it reminds you of. Naming anchors meaning. Nudge. Ask, if this is guidance, what tiny step feels obvious? Keep it small enough to do now. Next, take that step within 24 hours. Momentum magnetizes more markers. Try it once today. If something opens up, even slightly drop nudged in the comments so we can track the ripple. Now, a deeper truth wrapped in plain language. You're not a spectator in a dead universe. You're a participant in an intelligent field. Your thoughts, emotions, and focus are not private. They are signals. And reality, like a mirror with a sense of humor, responds in matching tones. Not to reward or punish, but to communicate. This is why fighting reality often feels like running on sand. You can muscle your way through, but it's exhausting. Alignment is different. It's not do nothing. It's do the right next thing, confirmed by signs that meet you at the edge of each decision. When you move like this, doors that were welded shut suddenly swing on oiled hinges. People who shouldn't know you exist somehow find you. The line between effort and ease blurs. But what about randomness, probability, statistics? Keep them. They explain part of the picture. But add meaning to your model. Meaning selects from the possible. It's the hidden filter that turns a trillion maybes into one undeniable yes. Two people can walk the same street at the same time. One meets a life partner, the other meets no one. Same odds. Different signal. If you want proof, run this 24-hour experiment with me. Upon waking, set one sentence. Show me alignment in a way I cannot miss. Then live your day. No forcing. That night, write down everything that met you with unusual timing, repetition, or relevance. Repeat for 3 days. Patterns accelerate when witnessed. If you're willing to try this, comment 3 days so we know who's playing. Old programming will try to sneer. You're reaching. You're imagining. That voice isn't truth, it's habit. It's the echo of a culture that's scared of your sovereignty. People who find their inner compass are hard to herd. They make cleaner decisions. They buy less fear. They create more freely. From the perspective of control, that's inconvenient. From the perspective of your life, it's everything. Let's also clean up a common mistake. Chasing signs. You don't need to hunt. You need to listen. Chasing makes noise. Listening creates space. Signs thrive in space. Think the station was always broadcasting. You just had to dial in. Your dial is attention plus emotion, calm attention, coherent emotion. That's the lock that opens the signal. Another mistake, outsourcing all meaning to generic lists. Yes, some symbols carry widely shared themes, but the universe also speaks your dialect. A crow might mean shadow work to one person and protection to another, depending on their history. That's why you journal your hits. Over a few weeks, your private legend emerges. This is your custom legend, not a dictionary you grabbed off the internet. You'll start to notice 3 categories of guidance: green lights, rapid flow, helpful coincidences, multiple confirmations in short windows. Move, yellow lights, mixed signals, small stalls, subtle friction. Slow down, recheck your why. Red lights, repeated blocks, drained energy, escalating costs. Pause, pivot or wait. Read these as feedback, not fate. A red light isn't no forever. It's not like adjust your state, your story, or your strategy, and watch the lights change. Here's a fun hack to boost signal strength fast: alignment anchors. Choose one object, phrase, or song that instantly brings you into a steady state. Use it when you're about to make a choice. 5 breaths, anchor, decide. Then ask for confirmation. If this is aligned, show me a double sign within the hour. See what lands. Share your best double sign story below. Those are my favorite. In the next section, we're going to open the vault. Because long before Jung named it, entire civilizations built their lives around this invisible web. They didn't dabble in signs, they navigated by them. The I Ching wasn't superstition, it was a timing technology. Egyptian symbols weren't decoration, they were consciousness codes. When you see how they used these tools, modern life starts looking less advanced and more amnesiac. For now, hold this in your body. You are not separate from what you are not begging an external force for scraps of luck. You are in a living dialogue with an intelligent field that responds to the quality of your presence. Make your presence coherent, and the conversation gets loud. Take one breath, ask for your sign, stay watchful, report back. The map is already drawing itself around you. Long before we called it synchronicity, our ancestors navigated by it. They didn't treat life as a dice roll. They treated it as a dialogue with tools to read the moment, choose timing, and align action with meaning. When you see how they worked, you'll realize you're not inventing something new. You're remembering something old. The I Ching, China's book of changes, wasn't fortune-telling. It was a timing technology. You posed a clear question, tossed coins or yarrow stalks, and received one of 64 hexagrams, 6 lines that mapped the quality of that exact. The message wasn't what will happen, but how is the energy moving now, and how do I move with it? It taught a simple law: timing carries texture. Decisions made in season flow. Decisions made out of season jam. If you've ever tried the I Ching, drop hexagram in the comments. Tell us what it nailed for you. In Egypt, symbols weren't decoration, they were codes. Hieroglyphs carried layered meanings designed to trigger states of awareness. Temples were built as training grounds where you learned to read the world the way a scientist reads data, patterns as instruction. One glyph could be a doorway, One ritual could retune your inner state so the outer world responded differently. Imagine walking through your day with that level of symbolic literacy. Across the Americas, Africa, and Asia, shamans treated nature as a living dashboard. Animal encounters, wind shifts, weather breaks. Their world was a symphony of signals, not superstition. Pattern literacy. Track enough seasons and you learn. The external and internal move together. In altered states, drumming, chanting, deep silence, the membrane between inner and outer thins, and guidance surfaces as image, feeling, or impeccable timing. In India, Vedanta called the great trick Maya, the illusion of separateness. You and the world aren't two. You're wave and ocean, same water, different form. Synchronicity is the wave noticing the ocean again. In those moments when a dream spills into your day or an answer meets your question mid-thought, the veil lifts. Unity peeks through. What happened to this knowledge? It didn't vanish. We just stopped prioritizing it. The modern world optimized for speed, scale, and measurement. If it can't fit on a spreadsheet, it gets sidelined. Useful for factories, not so useful for souls. But the appetite for meaning didn't go away. It moved underground. It moved into your weird coincidences, your déjà vu, your secret journal entries you weren't sure you should share. The good news? You can bring the old tools into a modern, life-clean, practical zero dogma. Try these. Moment reading. Before any meaningful choice, pause for 60 seconds. Ask, what is the quality of this moment? Not what do I want? Notice 3 things. Body sensation, the most obvious symbol in view, and your breath. If your breath deepens and your body softens as you visualize an option, that's a green light. If your chest tightens or your vision narrows, yellow or red. Comment, pause, if you'll test this on your next decision. Personal symbol deck. Create a mini deck of 12 symbols that mean something to you. Crow, river, key, mountain, doorway, fire, compass, bridge, sun, moon, tree, feather. Write a sentence for each. Key equals, the answer is simpler than it looks. When you feel stuck, shuffle, draw one, and ask, if this is the instruction, what's my smallest next step? Over time, your deck becomes a private language between you and the field. 2-path check. Close your eyes. Step into path A in your imagination for 90 seconds. See it, hear it, feel the calendar pages. Note your body. Then clear and do path B. Which one gives you spaciousness, warmth, and an easy next step? Choose that and ask for a confirming sign within 24 hours. If a double confirmation lands, type double below. Dream bridge. Tonight, write one question at the top of a page. What do I need to know about X? Put a pen by your bed. On waking, capture whatever fragments remain. Images, colors, phrases. Look for overlaps with your day names, numbers, themes. Dreams often speak the same language as your signs. Crossing the streams accelerates both. Sync walk. Take a 15-minute silent walk with one intention. Show me what wants my attention. Don't force it. Log the first 3 oddly relevant things that pop a sticker, a snippet of conversation, an animal. Ask, if this were a message, what would it ask me to do today? Ancient principle, modern translation. You don't push the river, you read it. Flow isn't passivity, it's precision. The art is learning when to move, where to aim, and how to listen so the world can meet you halfway. You'll also notice this. Technology didn't kill synchronicity, it evolved it. Your feed, your playlists, your notifications, these are new mirrors. Yes, algorithms track behavior, but meaning still selects from the buffet. That random song that answers your question, that thread that appears minutes after your thought. Treat digital hits with the same discernment as analog ones. Timing, relevance, repetition, felt click, trajectory. Use them. Don't be used by them. Let's ground this with a 48-hour ancient tech challenge. Pick one tool above. Use it twice a day for 2 days. Ask for a clear confirmation each time. Journal what happens. If something undeniable lands, share it with Ancient Arrow Modern and a one-line story. Your proof helps someone else trust their own. A quick myth to retire. If I need signs, I'm weak. Number. Pilots use instruments. Athletes watch tells. Traders read tape. Masters of any craft read feedback. Sync is feedback. You're not outsourcing your choices. You're enriching your data with meaning. Another myth. If I get a red light, the dream is dead. Not true. Red lights often mean not like this or not yet. Adjust the angle, heal the belief, refine the ask. The river's current doesn't stop because you hit a rock. You reposition. Then you feel the pull again. If you've ever felt life wink at you through nature, symbols, or screens, you're standing where ancient and modern meet. You don't need robes or rituals to step in. You need attention, honesty, and a willingness to act on small guidance quickly. That's the doorway. Walk through it, and the room lights up. In the next section, we'll connect these lived experiences to the models that try to explain them, from field effects to holographic information and why observation seems to shape outcomes. Keep your skepticism and your curiosity. You'll need both. For now, pick your tool, set your intention. Let the next sign do the heavy lifting. Does science have a drawer labeled weird but consistent? Open it, and you'll find models that make synchronicity less spooky and more workable. Start with two simple ideas, the field and the filter. The field. Reality isn't a pile of fixed objects, it's a sea of possibilities. Out of countless maybes, some become actual. Think of it as a menu that's always larger than what you order. The filter. Your nervous system can't process everything, so it selects. Emotion, expectation, attention. These act like filters that decide what you notice, when, and how you respond. Selection changes outcomes. Now plug in what physics and neuroscience keep bumping into. Observation shapes outcomes. In the famous double-slit setup, what we choose to measure changes what shows up. No, that doesn't mean mind over matter in a cartoon way, but it does mean the act of observing helps define reality's form. We'll unpack this more later. Entanglement exists. Particles that interact can remain linked across distance change one, and the other responds faster than signals should travel. Under the hood, separation looks less absolute than it feels. Holographic information is a serious candidate. In a hologram, every small piece encodes the whole. If reality carries information this way, distant events can be meaningfully connected at the level of the pattern, not the path. Brains are filters, not cameras. Your default mode network, the system active in introspection and imagination, lights up when you connect dots and sense meaning. People who report more synchronicities often show stronger integration between networks that notice patterns and networks that act on them. Bodies are antennas. Your heart and brain emit electromagnetic fields that shift with your emotional state. Some research links coherent emotion, gratitude, calm, love, with clearer perception and better timing. Consider coherence your signal booster. Minds sync. Bonded pairs sometimes show simultaneous neural signatures even when apart. The effect is debated, but the headline is consistent. Relationship depth correlates with shared signal. None of this proves destiny. It does, however, offer a frame where meaningful alignment is not only possible, but expected when attention, emotion, and intention line up. Treat these as working hypotheses you can test. Here are 3 practical micro-experiments. No lab coat required. Coherence, clarity. Before a decision, do 90 seconds of slow breathing. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Attention on your heart area while you evoke genuine appreciation. Then ask one question. Which option is aligned right now? Note the first calm answer. Ask for a confirming sign within 60 minutes. If a clean confirmation lands, comment coherent, RNG pocket test. Download any simple random number app or flip a coin 20 times. Before each set a playful intention. Heads clusters today. Don't strain. Log the results over 3 days. You're not proving psychic powers. You're training attention to patterns and noticing how state affects outcomes. If you try it, type RNG so others can compare notes. Paired sync. With a close friend, set a shared intention at 9 a.m. Send each other a one-word check-in when a double sign hits. Go about your day. If both of you message within a tight window around a similar theme or symbol, you're observing how connection tightens channels. To keep your proofs honest and useful, build a tiny reality lab. Question. What am I asking this moment? Baseline. What's my state right now? 1 to 10, calm, coherence. Signals noticed. Timing, repetition, relevance, felt click. Action taken, small next step only. Outcome window, what unfolded within 24 to 72 hours. Note, was this a green, yellowing, repetition, relevance, felt click? Action taken, small next step only. Outcome window, what unfolded within 24 to 72 hours. Note, was this a green, yellow, or red light in hindsight? Do this for 1 week. Patterns stop being mystical when they become measurable in your life. If you're in, drop lab, and the dates you'll run it. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Great question. Bias is real. That's why we use guardrails. Convergence over convenience. Wait for 2 or 3 independent confirmations in a short window. 1 data point is cute. 3 is useful. Calm over craving. Authentic guidance lands quiet and clear. If you feel frantic or euphoric, pause. Craving distorts filters. Trajectory over trivia. The sign should meaningfully change a decision, reveal a better option, or save time energy. If not, log it and move on. Reversibility. Act first on decisions that are easy to reverse. Let small bets test big meanings. You'll also notice signal amplifiers that reliably turn up the volume. State hygiene, sleep, hydration, movement. Basic, yes, but clarity loves a well-tuned nervous system. Single focus asks, one clear question at a time. Vague ask equals vague answer. Time boxing, give the field a window. Show me within the next 2 hours. Deadlines sharpen delivery. Symbol dictionaries, yours, not Google's. Build a personal legend. A key might mean simplify for you, not for everyone. Let's address 3 myths that quietly sabotage people. Myth 1, if I don't get a sign, I'm blocked. Reality, sometimes you're already on track. No sign needed. Keep moving. Myth 2, more signs equals more certainty. Reality, past a point, more signs equals avoidance. Take the step. New data arrives mid-motion. Myth 3, logic and sync don't mix. Reality, they're partners. Use logic to define options and risks. Use sync to choose timing and direction. If you want an immediate edge, try the 2x2. Decision grid today. Row 1, option A, aligned, misaligned. Row 2, option B, aligned/misaligned. For each square, list 1 sign you'd expect to see in the next 24 hours if that square is true. Live your day. Which square fills itself? Decide accordingly. Share your win with 2x2. Zoom out for a moment. When you add meaning to measurement, life stops feeling like dice and starts feeling like design dynamic, responsive, collaborative. You're not forcing outcomes. You're learning to ask better questions, read finer feedback, and act at the moment of maximum leverage. In the next section, we'll get fluent in the universe's most common alphabet: numbers, animals, songs, names, and digital pings, the symbols that carry instruction right now and how to interpret them without getting lost in superstition. For today, pick one experiment. Set a clear window. Ask cleanly. Act. And when the sign lands, because it will teach the algorithm what matters by writing it down. Your future self will thank you for the data. Let's get fluent in the universe's alphabet, the way reality speaks in symbols, numbers, names, songs, places, and digital pings. Once you can read this, you stop stumbling and start navigating. Start with a simple decoder, the 4 R's. Repetition, it shows up more than once in a short window. Relevance, it's weirdly tailored to what you're actually facing. Recency, it lands close enough to matter right now. Resonance, your body registers a calm click, not a hype spike. Numbers. You glance at a clock, 11:11. A receipt, 22.22. A license plate, 333. Numbers are the gateway drug of synchronicity because they're everywhere and precise. General themes many people report. 111, new channel open. Intentions materialize faster. Clean up your thoughts. 222, you're aligned. Keep going, even if results lag. 333. Support and collaboration, ask, delegate, accept help. 444. Foundation systems, health, daily rhythm. 555. Change pivot willingly. 777. Trust the unseen patience beats push. 888. Flow of resources. Optimize how you give and receive. 999. Completion release. Integrate. Graduate. But don't stop at generic lists. Build your personal legend. Maybe 222 appears every time you're supposed to send the pitch. Maybe 444 means sleep now. Track, then trust your version. Animals. You're thinking about a leap and a hawk slices the sky over your car. You're grieving, and a butterfly sits on your sleeve. In traditional cultures, animal encounters were data. Try these prompts. Context. What were you pondering in the 10 minutes before you saw it? Capacity. What quality does this animal embody for you? Focus, play, persistence. Call to action. If this were a coach, what one sentence would it give you? Songs and lyrics. You open a random playlist and the line you needed hits on beat 1. Don't overcomplicate it. Use the lyric link. What exact line stood out? Which choice or belief does that line nudge? What's the 5-minute action that embodies it? Names, faces, and echoes. A name pops 3 times in a day. A stranger repeats a phrase your friend used an hour ago. These are name echoes, breadcrumbs that connect people and ideas. If it's a person, reach out within 24 hours. If it's a theme, write a 1-sentence decision and ask for a double confirmation. Places and objects, addresses, street names, ads, overheard snippets. The world is quilted with hints. Keys show up when the solution is simpler than the story you're telling. Bridges cluster when it's time to connect 2 realms: skills, teams, ideas. Doors appear when the next step requires a threshold, a new role, room, or risk. Digital pings. Algorithms aren't mystical, but meaning still curates. Treat your feed like a mirror, the random video that answers a question you didn't post. The ad for exactly what you journaled about this morning. The comment that uses your private phrase. Run the 4 R's. If it passes, use it. If not, scroll with a smile. How to decode without getting lost. Use SCAN symbol. What exactly appeared? Be specific. Context. What were you feeling, asking, or avoiding right before? Affect. What does your body say? Soften, tighten, warm, cold. Next, what is the smallest reversible step I can take? Stacking beats guessing. 1 sign is interesting. 2 is a nudge. 3 within 24 to 48 hours? That's instruction. Act, then let results teach you. Common pitfalls and fixes. Pitfall, chasing signs to avoid decisions. Fix, sign budget. Max 3 confirmations, then move. Pitfall, assigning meaning from a generic list that doesn't match your life. Fix, build your personal legend. Journal hits for 2 weeks. Pitfall, reading fear as guidance. Fear shouts. Guidance lands quietly. Fix, regulate first. Breathe to coherence, then decode. Make it practical with 6 micro protocols. Number window. Set a 2-hour window. Show me a clear numeric alignment for path A or B. If A asks to see A's number twice, you choose which. If B, B's number twice. Take the smallest step toward whichever clusters. Animal. Ask, if it's time to act, show me a bird of prey. If it's time to wait, show me a songbird. Note first appearance, not the most dramatic. Lyric lock. Ask a question. Hit shuffle. Commit to the first lyric that lands as your micro-action for the day. Report the result to your journal or drop lyric in the comments if it hits. Name, echo outreach. Hear the same name 3 times? Message them. If you can't, study their latest work for a single actionable insight. Apply it within 24 hours. Door or bridge. If you see doors twice in a day, book the meeting you're delaying. If you see bridges twice, identify the collaboration you're resisting and make the ask. Digital double. Before opening an app, state your ask out loud. If 2 independent posts answer it within 5 minutes, act. If not, close the app and ask later. Green, yellow, red, applied to symbols. Green stack, 3 aligned hits in 24 hours plus calm. Yes. Move. Yellow stack, mixed hits plus tension. Clarify the question. shrink the next step. Red stack, repeated blocks plus drained energy. Pause, adjust state or strategy. A note on holographic triggers. Think of each symbol as a tiny doorway into the pattern behind events. One well-timed sign can unlock a whole sequence because it shifts your state and state selects your slice of reality. That's why the first aligned step often causes two more to appear. Breadcrumbs become a path. Try the 24-hour alphabet challenge. Morning. Ask for one clear sign in each channel number, symbol, lyric, digital. Day. Log what lands with the 4 R's. Night. Choose one step that all 4 support. If you play, comment alphabet and what showed up. Collective proof speeds personal trust. Remember, your dictionary is yours. A feather might mean lightness for you and message received for someone else. Calibration comes from action, not theory. The field adapts to how you listen. Keep it light, keep it honest, keep it moving. In the next section, we'll tune the transmitter itself, your emotional frequency, and show how coherence multiplies synchronicity, improves timing, and even shifts health. If symbols are the language, your state is the microphone. Let's make it clear. If symbols are the language, your state is the microphone. Turn up the quality of your state, and the world replies louder, clearer, faster. 3 simple laws of synchronicity. State selects your predominant emotion tunes which slice of reality you access. Coherence amplifies. The more orderly your heart-brain rhythm, the stronger your signal. Congruence accelerates. When what you think, feel, say, and do match, timing tightens. Your body is an antenna. Your heart and brain broadcast electromagnetic fields that shift with emotion. Chaotic states, anxiety, resentment, scramble the signal. Coherent states, gratitude, calm, love, clean it up. Research groups have measured this coherence and linked it with better timing, clearer thinking, and even improved immune markers. Think less wishful thinking, more signal hygiene. Why it matters. Attention is a filter. Fear narrows it. You miss exits. Calm widens it. Options appear. Emotion tags memory. Gratitude helps you spot help. Cynicism edits out opportunities. Physiology drives timing. A regulated nervous system acts at the right moment. A fried one either hesitates or forces. Retire the myth. Just be positive. This isn't about faking smiles. It's about regulation over repression. Feel what you feel. Then choose the frequency you want to broadcast next. 6 fast upgrades that shift your field in minutes. Coherence breath, 90 seconds. Inhale 5 seconds, exhale 5 seconds. Place attention on your heart area. Evoke genuine appreciation for one specific thing. Ask, what's my next right step? Notice the calm answer. If this hits, comment coherent. Gratitude ramp, 3 minutes. Not a list, an immersion. Pick one moment today and replay it in high-resolution detail. Sights, sounds, texture. Let your body catch up to the story. Somatic reset, 2 minutes. Stand. Shake out limbs. 3 slow exhales with an audible sigh. Hum for 30 seconds. Vagus nerve loves vibration. Check your state again. Believability ladder. Upgrade your thought one rung at a time, from "it'll never happen" to "it's possible," then to "I'm learning how," then "I see small proof." Your nervous system follows what it can believe. Anchor stack. Choose an instant state shifter, a song, a scent, a phrase, a photo. Use it before decisions, pitches, and conversations. 5 breaths plus anchor plus ask for a double sign within an hour. State hygiene, sleep, sunlight, salt, and steps. Boring wins. Aim for AM light, hydration, mineral balance, 20 minutes of movement. Clear body, clear signal. Make it measurable with a simple dashboard. Pick your home frequency for the week. Clarity, I act on what I know. Gratitude, I'm resourced right now. Courage, I choose the right hard. Play, I experiment lightly. Each day, rate it 1 to 10 and write one proof you noticed. Patterns emerge fast when tracked. How emotions map to sync. Gratitude, resource flow, help appears, tools surface, invoices clear. Courage, green lights, aligned openings, timely callbacks, unexpected yeses. Clarity to precision, the right data, the right phrase, the right person. Play, serendipity, lucky collisions, creative sparks, effortless pivots, red flags masquerading as guidance, urgency spikes, feels like now or never with panic. True guidance is timely but unhurried. Euphoria highs, a sugar rush that crashes. Coherent yeses feel steady, not manic. Doom spirals, catastrophizing dressed as realism. Regulate first, then ask. Quick protocol when you're spinning. Pause. Step away for 90 seconds. Breathe, coherence breath. Name it, anxious, angry, tired. Naming reduces intensity. Ask one clean question. What's the smallest helpful action now? Move. Do it within 10 minutes. Momentum recalibrates state. Heavy emotions? Don't bypass process, then broadcast. Grief. Put the feeling on paper for 5 minutes. No punctuation rules. Rip or keep. Then do one act of care. Water, walk, call a friend. Anger. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Move it through shake, push against a wall, voice without words. After the wave, ask, what boundary needs clarity? Shame. Speak it to someone safe or write it in third person. Shine light. Then choose one tiny integrity action today. Coherence multiplies with others. Humans co-regulate. Text, one thing I appreciate about you to someone right now. Notice your body shift. Before a meeting, take 3 shared coherent breaths. Then set one intention. We're here for the best answer, not the fastest. A field test for skeptics. The coherence cascade, 24 hours. Morning, 3 minutes of coherence breath. Set one intention. Show me aligned collaboration. Midday, send one brave, clean ask aligned with your intention. Afternoon, log every small alignment, names, offers, doors. Night, write the best 3 outcomes. If the day ran smoother than usual, comment cascade. How to aim your frequency at an outcome without grasping. Ask cleanly, 1 sentence, no pleading. Show me the next step for X. Release the how. Your job is state and action. The field handles roots. Timebox the window. Within 24 hours, deadlines tune delivery. Accept the small, big doors often start as tiny hinges. Say yes to the hinge. When in doubt, use green, yellow, red on your state before reading signs. Green, grounded, curious, open. Decode now. Act on small yeses. Yellow, edgy, rushed, foggy. Regulate first, shrink the step. Red, flooded, numb, exhausted. Rest or process. Postpone interpretation. Remember, this is not about perfection. It's about signal quality. A 10% improvement in coherence often produces a 10 times improvement in timing. Less push, more pull. If this section gave you one practice you'll actually use, type the word you're choosing as your home frequency for the next 7 days. Clarity, gratitude, courage, or play. Public choices stick. Next, we'll build your sync system. A simple journal that separates projection from guidance, maps your personal symbols, and turns rare magic into reliable navigation. We'll also cover how to course correct fast when you misread a sign, because mastery isn't never being wrong. It's adjusting in minutes, not months. Time to operationalize. Let's build your sync system. The simple loop that turns rare magic into reliable navigation. 4 steps, 7 minutes a day, results you can measure. The loop: notice, decode, decide, debrief, notice, capture the alignment, decode, extract meaning without overreach. Decide. Take the smallest reversible step. Debrief. Log what actually happened. Your 5-line log, use this for every hit. Moment. What appeared. Be specific. State. 1 to 10 coherence right before it happened. Signal score. Repetition, relevance, recency, resonance. 0 to 4. Step. The tiniest action you took within 24 hours. Result. What unfolded within 72 hours. Green, yellow, or red. Run 1 to 3 entries a day. Patterns show up fast when you track like this. The Legend Maker. Your personal symbol dictionary. Columns, symbol, context, felt sense, message, action, outcome. Rule. A symbol graduates into your legend after 3 accurate hits with similar meaning. Example: bridge. Context: choosing partners. Felt: calm expansion. Message: connect resources. Action: intro email. Outcome: joint win. Comment legend if you're starting yours tonight. Projection versus guidance, the CLEAR test. Calm. Did it land steady, not manic? Low. Is it surgically relevant to your exact situation? Evidence. Do you have 2 to 3 independent confirmations? Actionable. Does it suggest a step you can take now? Reversible. Can you test it without big risk? If you hit 4 out of 5, treat it as guidance. If not, log it, but don't hinge a big choice on it. Decision. Playbook, from hint to move. 1 clean question. What's my next right step for X? Time box the window. Show me within 24 hours. Sign. Budget. Max 3 confirmations, then act. Smallest step. Rule. Choose the option you can reverse in 1 day. Ask for a double. If aligned, show me 2 matching signs within an hour after I act. Course correct. Fast, when you misread a sign. Stop loss. If you hit 3 red indicators, blocks, drain, unexpected costs, in 72 hours, pause. 3 R's, reframe. What else could this mean? Repair, clean up any mess quickly. Realign, reset state, reset question, try a smaller step. Postmortem, 1 sentence on what you learned about your symbol or state. Update the legend maker, relationship mirrors, using people as guidance without blaming mirror questions. What aspect of me is this person reflecting? What boundary, truth, or care is this dynamic asking for? What would the integrity version of me do next? 3 to 1. Action, boundary, 1 clear limit. Truth, 1 honest sentence. Support, 1 resource or request. Signal check. If the dynamic eases within a week, you read it right. If not, revisit the mirror questions. Work and creativity, picking projects and timing launches. The 3-score selector energy, 1 to 10. Aliveness when you imagine doing it. Evidence, 1 to 10. Market data fit. Sync, 1 to 10. Recent green signs specific to this project. Choose the play with the highest combined score and a clear 7+ in sync. Schedule the first milestone within 48 hours and ask for a confirming double sign on that date. Money and resources. Opening flow without forcing. The value loop. Ask, give, open. Ask. 1 clean ask per week. Give. 1 unsolicited value drop to your ecosystem. Open. Say yes to the next small unexpected opportunity. Podcast, intro, test client. Track receipts of support next to acts of value. Watch the loop tighten. Anti-obsession guardrails. Screen time sync. Ask your question before opening an app. If no double confirmation in 5 minutes, close it. Try analog. No midnight decisions. Tired brain equals noisy signals. Decide in daylight after coherence breath. 2-track life. While you wait for a sign, keep moving on the obvious basics. Health, outreach, craft. Momentum beats magical thinking. Daily 7, weekly 30, monthly 90. Daily 7 90-second coherence breath. 1 clean question. 1 symbol logged, 1 smallest step. Weekly 30, pattern council, review logs. Promote symbols into your legend. Set a theme of the week, e.g., bridges or foundation. Declare 2 asks with 48-hour windows. Monthly 90, alignment day. Prune projects misaligned for 60+. Double down on the 20% producing 80% of green signs. Refresh anchors, song, phrase, image for your current season. Fog arrow flow protocol when nothing's landing. Physiology first. Water, walk, sunlight, protein. Environment reset. Clear desk, open window, 10-minute tidy. Social spark. Send 1 appreciation note and 1 brave ask. Micro win. Ship something tiny today. A paragraph, a pitch, a prototype. Re-ask at sunset. Show me the next step for momentum. Watch the evening for the hint. Edge cases. When signs conflict. Tiebreaker. Pick the path with the cleaner state. Less fear, more truth. Time test. If still tied, choose the option whose next step can be done in under an hour. Action reveals signal. Third way, ask, what option am I not seeing? Then watch for a new symbol within 2 hours. 72-hour sync OS. Challenge day 1. Set up your 5-line log and legend maker. Run daily 7 twice. Day 2. Apply the decision playbook to one real choice. Honor the sign budget. Day 3. Run pattern council light, 15 minutes. Choose a theme of the week and one aligned ask. If you're in, type system and your start date. Public declarations stick, and your wins will help someone else trust theirs. Remember, mastery isn't never missing a sign. It's shortening the gap between signal, step, and learning. The system does the heavy lifting so your intuition can do what it does best: notice, nudge, and navigate. In the final section, we'll zoom out. We'll tie this all back to sovereignty, ethics, and the wild implication tucked inside a famous physics experiment. Observation shapes outcomes. You're not just receiving the conversation, you're shaping it. Here's the reveal most people miss. You're not just reading reality, you're co-writing it. At the quantum scale, the double-slit experiment shows a simple, shocking pattern. What we choose to measure helps decide what shows up. When you look for which path, the pattern collapses one way. When you don't, it collapses another. Translation for daily life. Attention is your measurement. Intention is your setup. Emotion is your amplifier. Where and how you observe selects the slice of reality you'll walk into next. No, this doesn't mean you can blink a mansion into existence. It means your awareness shapes options, timing, and outcomes far more than you've been taught. Observation isn't passive, it's participatory. Every time you set a clean question, regulate your state, and act on a small nudge, you're collapsing a field of maybes into a path you can actually walk. You now have a working kit. Quick recap. You can screenshot the mirror and the map. Mirror. Your inner state reflects outward. Map. Synchronicities mark the next step, not the whole route. The 4 R's. Repetition, relevance, recency, resonance. SCAN, symbol, context, affect, next step, green/yellow/red. Move, slow, pause. Coherence tools, breath, anchors, somatic resets. The 5-line log and legend make. Turn hunches into data. Decision. Playbook. 1 clean question, time box, sign budget, smallest step, double confirmation. Use the kit. It only works in motion. Power without ethics is just noise. So here's the Observer's Oath 5 agreements that keep your practice clean. Alignment over control. Use signs to align with truth, not to force outcomes. Consent matters. Never use guidance to override someone's will. Ask, invite, respect number. Care for the commons. Choose steps that create value for you and don't harm the system you're in. Truth before thrill. If the data contradicts your desire, believe the data. Small reversible steps. Test meanings with moves you can unwind quickly. Edge cases you'll meet and how to handle them. The greedy algorithm pattern. Craving more and more signs to avoid choosing. Fix. Cap at 3 confirmations, then act. New data arrives after motion. The outcome squeeze pattern. Gripping a specific result so hard you miss better routes. Fix. Ask, this or better, then follow the clearest green light. The bypass pattern. Using guidance to skip hard conversations or inner work. Fix. Pair each sign with 1 integrity action today: boundary, apology, request. The fog pattern. Nothing lands, everything feels flat. Fix. Physiology first: water, walk, sunlight, then 1 brave micro ask. Re-ask at sunset. Make this your turning point with a simple 7-day observer challenge. Daily rhythm. Morning, 2 minutes. Coherence breath plus 1 sentence. Ask, show me. The next right step for X today. Day, ongoing. Log 2 signals using your 5-line log. Act on 1 smallest reversible step. Night, 5 minutes. Debrief. Was it green, yellow, or red? Promote any symbol that hit 3/3 into your legend. Rules of the game. Sign. Budget. Maximum 3 confirmations per decision. Time. Windows. Within 24 hours, or by 5 p.m. Deadlines sharpen delivery. Share to strengthen. Tell one friend you're playing. Paired intention tightens signal. If you're in, type observer and your start date. Public commitments create momentum. Bonus, tag a friend who's your co-pilot. Paired sync tends to produce spooky good timing. 2 lens mastery for big choices. Lens 1 logic, scope risks, resources, runway. Pick top 2 viable options. Lens 2 sync, ask for stacked signs in a 24-hour window. Which option earns a calm yes plus 2 independent confirmations? Decide where both lenses converge. That's where precision meets timing. Sovereignty means you become unprogrammable. When you steer by coherence instead of fear, you're rugged against manipulation and soft toward truth. You stop chasing external permission and start practicing internal precision, one clear ask, one calm step, one honest debrief at a time. A few truths to keep you steady. You won't be perfect. You don't need to be. Shorten the loop between signal, step, and learning. Not all silence is blocked. Sometimes the field is saying, you're already on track. Keep building. Red lights aren't doom, they're course corrections. Not like this is a gift that saves time. Want an instant upgrade? Rewatch this tomorrow morning and set your day's ask before you touch your phone. Then watch what clusters. If something undeniable lands, drop the story below. The comment you leave might be the breadcrumb someone else needed. If this entire journey could be collapsed into one sentence, it's this: observe kindly, act cleanly, and reality will meet you halfway. You've got the mirror, the map, and the kit. You've got the oath. You've got a 7-day plan. The rest is practice. Take one breath, set your question. Notice the first quiet, yes, step. Let the next sign find you, and let your observation, your presence, do what it's always done. Turn possibility into path. Question. Notice the first quiet, yes, step. Let the next sign find you, and let your observation, your presence, do what it's always done. Turn possibility into path.